Hey guys, welcome back to Ace Finance. Today we are going to be taking a look at how to catch those 10, 20, and possibly even 30x's in the months to come, because we are moving into a period of the market where things are going to get simply very, very silly and easy. And this is where most of the gains are made. We spent a lot of time having a rough year back in 2024, but finally we have something called alt season potentially coming to life, and it's thanks to Ethereum deciding to give us some relative strength compared to Bitcoin. So you can see Ethereum moving right here, and more importantly, I want to show you the others chart, because this will show you the coins that are outside the top 10 and Bitcoin and Ethereum trying to break out. We have a little bit of a breakout here, you could say so, but I'm going to be a little bit more conservative and say, okay, we're going to have to wait until we break this. So once we break that, it'll full send like we did back in November. You can see that we had a 100-200% gain, and altcoins absolutely went wild. So we might be entering during that period, and based off these other charts, you guys can see Pepe is getting a nice bounce. We've got Popcat also putting in some nice green candles. Nothing too major yet, but we are beginning to see what looks like to be the beginning of alt season. I think we're going to have a lot of time to buy dips and sell rips, and I'll explain to you what that looks like with the coins I'm going to be taking a look at. So in today's video, we're going to focus on specifically meme coins on Ethereum, because I think they have the opportunity to give us those 10-20x's that most people are looking for, and doing it with minimal risk. So I'm going to go ahead and kick this video off by going over the coins I'm interested in focusing on Ethereum. So Ethereum has been performing well, and then you can see main meme coins like SPX absolutely ripping it, going for all-time high. This is looking really good, and probably one of the first altcoins on Ethereum to break their all-time high since we had this massive dip down here back in, I think, in February, it was January. So yeah, I think Ethereum is going to be the place to be, since capital is going to be rotating towards Ethereum. I think the ecosystem is going to thrive because liquidity is flowing through there, and we can see coins like MOG as well looking pretty good. So we're going to focus on the small caps and work our way up to the big caps. And first off, we're going to take a look at Joe Coin. Now, Joe Coin was an OG coin back in the summer of, I think, 2023, 2024. No, it was born. When was it born? You can check it right here. 2023, it was born, and it's been performing incredibly well. The simple reason I like this chart is because it's put in a very predictable pattern. You've got the high there, you come back down here, and then it created a newer high, came back down, but it was still above the prior low. Prior low created a new high, still above the prior low. So you're seeing it's creating a trend, and the trend is towards the upside. I mean, I can just draw it right here. You can see that it's kind of curving towards the upside. So I think that, let me just remove all this. Joe has the opportunity to be a 10 to 20x play, possibly seeing it head up to $1 billion. It's a bit far-fetched right now, but when we were at $70 million or $80 million back in February, it wasn't too far off, and that's only a 10x or so away from $1 billion. So we're looking at $1 billion for possibly Joe, and it's pumped 100% already. So that's a quick move, and we're heading into a liquidity zone right now. So I'm not really interested in getting into Joe. This is more to put your eyeballs on it to see the dips, because if we get an opportunity where we get a nice dip like we did here, that's going to be a buying opportunity. Right now, it's a bit too pumped for me, 100% into a liquidity zone, and it could keep pushing. It could go to 50 million, but I'm not really interested in buying green candles. I don't like getting the habit of that, but I am interested in this coin as a whole, because I think maybe in July we're going to get a buying opportunity where we see a dip, call it 50%, and then we could buy that dip at around 26, or if it goes higher, we could buy the dip at 32. But the point is, we don't want to really suffer drawbacks. I'm looking to be efficient with my capital. So Joe is one of those coins, has a strong community. You guys can go search it up on X. Look it up. It's got a vibrant community, people posting about it 2 hours ago, people hyping it up. All the meme stuff people do when they're excited about their bags pumping. So you see right there, top memes on Earth breaking out, and he didn't just list one coin, he listed many of them. So that's what I'm picking up as well here. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the next coin, which is going to be CAT. I can't remember whether I prepared the chart here. Let's check it out. I think I did so on TradingView. Yeah, I did on TradingView. So we're going to go over to the CAT chart, and this is a coin on Binance, but I consider it to be on Ethereum just because it will run with Ethereum. It won't run on its own. So let's take a look at CAT. Here we have cat, and you can see this one hasn't actually run yet. So again, I think this one has a 20x in it. Could also see this one run to higher numbers. And this is actually one I found by the bonk guy. He's posted his thesis about why he thinks cat's gonna run, and I do tend to agree with him. You know, it's the most mainstream cat meme coin brand, the only cat meme coin listed on Binance. I don't know if this is true still. They might have PopCat listed. Also listed on Perps, so easy to catch a bit. Premium cat ticker, which should give it massive advantage. In addition, cat has become very interesting here for a number of reasons. So you guys can read through this post and see all the reasons why I'm interested in this. And I think his target was $1 billion for the first sell. I simply like the price action I'm seeing currently. Of course, that can change if we break some of the lows. My opinion is going to change. But as of right now, considering that we're getting a lot of runners and cat is lagging, it gives us an opportunity to place a bid before this actually starts running. And we've got areas in which we have liquidity to watch out for sells to come in. So what I'm actually trying to do is to sell these 100% candles and then buy them back at the bottom. And it's hard to do because sometimes they do go beyond expectations. So the way I'm going to be playing it is by not selling the whole bag because I don't want to be left behind. So I'll probably sell around 50% and then ride the rest of my bag to wherever it goes. And that way, if it ends up running higher than I expected, I won't feel the FOMO of missing out on my run. So that's how I'm going to be managing this position. Right now, I do have a bag. I purchased it yesterday, and we got a little bit of a dip here. And I do think this is a buying opportunity on CAT. And we're going to be targeting about 100 to 130% depending on when we get there. So we'll have to wait and see. These are liquidity zones, meaning we're going to be seeing some sell potential. This one is actually higher, but we're just going to have to widen that box a little bit. And as we start to move up, the price action will get clearer. But I do think CAT has a great opportunity to start moving towards the upside. So other coins I can show you examples of, and is going to be Harry Potter, Obama Sonic 10 Inu. It's another OG coin from 2023. I actually bought this when it came out recently. And look at that. Oh, wow. I actually talked about this on my Twitter. If we go over to my Twitter, I did mention it. It happened really fast. So right there, you can see I posted about it. Where was it? If we just copy this tweet, copy link, and then place it right there, you can see right about there before it went up. With ETH looking like it's ready to take off, I got my eyes on some ETH memes. And I talked about this on my Twitter. So if you guys aren't following my Twitter, make sure to follow me there. I do post sometimes before I post on YouTube. And it was a pretty easy trade to see, especially given Ethereum's strength. It lagged behind by a little bit, which is why I'm interested in CAT right now. It is lagging. And we got a nice 50% move off the bottom into liquidity right there. So I do expect some pullback. At least I hope we get some pullback. If we don't, we're going to have to just wait until we do, because this is now about a 40% move off. Not too huge. I do expect, 20-30% pullback at some point. But these memes can go wild, which is why I'm interested in them. So Harry Potter, I'm looking to snag more of this. I managed to get a small bag there. I didn't have high confidence in it, but I do like the price action that's coming out. And we're going to wait to snag some more. So we're going to wait to see if we can clear this liquidity zone and then give us a pullback. The pullbacks are brutal. They'll be 50% within a short amount of time. That's 30% right there. That's 30%. So not too bad on here, but it can get pretty wild once we start moving towards the upside. And that is another meme I'm interested in. And finally, actually there's one more other than this. We're looking at MOG. I think MOG is a contender for, I don't even know if it's a cat coin. It's kind of I don't know if we consider this a cat coin. It is a great structure though. It's got great structure, nice strong candles, up about 40%. It's a bigger MCAP coin. I believe it's like 500 million. And it's looking pretty good, pretty strong right now. I didn't manage to grab much of this, and I'm looking to add on dips. So again, we're gonna have to wait and see whether we can get some red days. Hopefully we do get some red days. Otherwise, it's probably gonna run to liquidity zones, looking to hunt these targets so that we can get the sellers out of the way and pull back quick. So maybe some price action like that, and then consolidate and move up to the next one. How fast and how far we move, I can't really tell, but I do think going into June and late June, we're going to be seeing some nice structure coming out. The last time we had a move on MOG, it moved up 500%, so this thing can really move. And then we got about a 50% pullback. So this one does pull back pretty strongly, not like HPOS right there, Harry Potter. It moves 30% with its drawdowns. This one moves 50%, but it did have a much bigger move. So again, another coin I'm interested in. And finally, we're going to take a look at the last coin, which is Brett, actually. And Brett is on base, but I do like the structure of this coin as well. It's looking really nice. We don't have, I think we do have a pretty clean break. Let's see. Not quite. We haven't really broken out yet, and we're sitting at resistance. We could adjust the trend line to make it look like that, but I don't want to be so kind to it. Instead, on the daily, this looks much cleaner to me. You can see how we had a fake out right there. Tried to, but it didn't really work. If we can get a pullback on this, it would be a buying opportunity. So as long as we hold these lows, you know, we're looking to hold these lows right there. If we break these lows, then we're probably heading down to the next level, which is going to be about 3.6. Out of all the charts, Brett is the one I'm least excited about, but I do see an opportunity to buy in low. So another 20, give us a 20% dip, 19% dip, and then we can load up and ride it to the highs. And really quick, I can see areas of liquidity about right there. Oh, that's not good. Right there. That's the next area, and it's going to be about a 100% move. It moves pretty nicely. So that was a 200% move. So 100% moves, not too outrageous for memes, and I want to catch that. So if we can get a dip down here and move it towards the upside, that's what we're looking for. But these are the top memes. I'm focusing on Ethereum, whether it's BNB or base. They're considered Ethereum in my case because they're L2s built on top of Ethereum, and that's what we're focusing on. We've had our other coins that we looked at previously, like Giga, actually play out really well. If you guys watched my last video, and I'm going to be updating some of the old coins, but look at that breakout. I talked about it right there. Relative strength demonstrated last week was quite impressive, and we're already getting that move potentially up to that $500 million mark. So still a big move left, about 65%. Maybe we get a pullback, maybe we don't, but we are sitting comfy in this. And if you guys missed it, make sure to turn the notifications on for when I post videos, because I'll be posting 3 times a week. So if you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment what you would like to see. Someone already recommended that I would make a video on how to find tops, and I'll be getting to that next week or possibly the week after that, as I do have a list of content that I'll be going through. So with that said, good luck out there, and I'll see you guys on the next one.